Hey there, party people. Emily here at the Movement Clinic, and today's tutorial is breaking down side plank or Vasisthasana. I'm going to show you some of the modifications that I think are really useful as you are building strength or just really depending on what kind of practice you're trying to do that day. So hop on your mat or wherever it is that you have some room to move and join me. Okay, so I have another tutorial on here called gate pose, and I believe that gate is the gateway to side plank. Now, gate pose in its shape looks a little something like this, or maybe like this. You know, the arm can do whatever. But as you see, my heel, hip, shoulder in one line. And the same thing in full side plank, we're looking for this long single line along the side of our body. We're also looking for our hips and shoulders to be stacked. So join me here. Right leg at the back of your mat or behind you, left knee underneath your left hip. Imagine that there is a puppet string attached to your top hip, lifting that top hip. And then with that bottom hand, press down into the hand. One of the major things that we can see here is that the shoulder will pop forward and we're kind of collapsing our weight into that bottom arm. We want to do the exact opposite. We want to press down in a way. We want to feel as though we're lifting our weight off of the shoulder and wrist, okay? So if this is where this feels the most accessible, here is option one, gate pose, side plank. Awesome. This is a lot of hard work. It's not easy to hold. Or let's move to the other side just so we're kind of changing up the shape a little bit and also giving our wrist a break. Plant your right hand down. Step your left foot sort of in line with your belly button, and right leg moves back to the back of the mat. And press down into the outer edge of the right foot. Imagine that puppet string is lifting that left hip up and you're pressing down into that hand. So we're really using the outer edge of our right foot to help lift the hips, as well as squeezing that low waist. Top hand lifts up. Now notice what that bottom shoulder is doing. Is it popping and dumping forward? Draw it back and in. So plug your arm bone into your shoulder socket. So here's another option for your side plank. All right, now let's switch again. I'm just shifting and tick-tocking back and forth on my mat. So what I'm going to show you is one of the easier entrances into this, or I should say common. Easy is such a relative term depending on what you're after and who you are and your purpose for practice. So coming into it from plank, make sure that you're set up with plank first, so high plank. Now bring your big toes to touch, so the inner edges of your feet touch. Squeeze your thighs and knees together, lift the belly, curl your sit bones under and reach them to the back of the heels. Now stretch your heart through your upper arm bones as you lengthen your ears out of your shoulders. Keep that. Roll to the outer edge of the left foot. Come up onto the right fingertips. Begin to press down into that left hand. Notice where the arm is in the shoulder socket. And slowly begin to peel that right hip up. Lift it up. Press into the outer edge of that left foot and reach your top arm up. Now maybe this is not enough, or too much, excuse me. Maybe you want to pick up that top right foot and step it in front of the left to have stacked feet. Also an option. So let's try on the other side. Roll to the balls of the toes, plant right hand, lower to the knees. I'm gonna swing over to the other side so you're not subjected to staring at my booty. But come into your high plank again. An option, maybe here you already noticed that the feet stacked one on top of the other was a little too much, but the feet staggered was a little more accessible for you. So if feet staggered was more accessible for you, you're gonna stay in your high plank in a normal position with your feet about hip width distance, or you can step the feet together, pick your poison, no matter what. Hug your inner heels in towards one another, lift the belly, lengthen ears out of shoulders. Roll to the outer edge of your right foot, maybe also inner edge of the left foot. Press down into the right hand. Begin to peel that left hip up. Reach your left fingertips to the sky. Hug your belly in. And then gaze wherever you'd like, really. And often this top arm and hand will kind of be directed to do all kinds of stuff, just depending. All right? So there you have it. Side plank. It is a strong pose. It's used for transitions. It's used in some practices of mine, and of course others, as a variation to a standard vinyasa. So, really fun to know kind of all the ways in which you can modify to make it accessible for you that day. I really appreciate you coming here. Please let me know if there are any other tutorials that you would like to see that are not here. Leave it in the comments below. Of course, let me know what you think of this one, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.